When I talk about the integrity child, I say this is a child who is born with, think of a pillar of justice, this sense of rightness and wrongness, and which leads them to not be able to comply with wishes of another unless that is fair and logical to them. So just telling a child what they have to do does not cut it with an integrity child. It has to feel fair. And if there is any punishment used, from timeout to consequences to spanking to grounding to putting them in their rooms, this is adding insult to injury. So I tell parents that if you are inclined to punish your child, this child is going to punish you back so much with so much more fury than you, that it is just going to keep coming. When you understand what your integrity child needs, it all makes perfect sense, because it's about working in relationship. This child wants to figure it out for herself. It's not that she's going to fight you and argue with you because she refuses to cooperate. She wants to cooperate more than anything.
Yes.
She wants to please you more than anything in life.
Yeah.
She can't if what she's being asked to do does not sit right with that sense of rightness and justice. And when you're dealing with a toddler integrity child, that sense of rightness has to be understood within that developmental context. So if her brother walks by and knocks over a Lego tower she's been building, it is absolutely right and just for her to slug her brother, right? So it's important to understand that that's important to her before you get into what can you do instead of hitting your brother. So first she needs to hear, whoa, you worked so hard on that tower. You had all of those Legos put together and you were feeling really good about it. And there comes your brother and knocks it down. I bet that infuriated you. I am sure you were so angry about that because you worked really hard on it. And then you couldn't stop yourself from hitting him. It was so intense with you. Connection has been made. You are saying what happened for her so she can say, yes, he's always doing this and he's never this and he's always, and just lay it out. Yeah. And you can hear and listen. And then when it's all out and your child trusts that you completely get her and understand, then you can say, it's not okay with me that he got hit. So let's think about, because we certainly know things like this are going to happen again. Let's think about what you could do instead of hitting him when you feel so angry. You're connecting with that emotional state that's beneath the behavior. You're not focusing on the behavior other than you don't like that when you finally get there. And you're working with her in a problem-solving manner to come up with another way, right? So if she's really feeling like you understand, she's going to work with you. If she thinks you're going to tell her what to do, and you're just going to tell her, we don't hit in this family, which is ridiculous to her, that's not going to go over. But if she feels that you are really getting her and asking her opinion and asking her what she would do, see, that's autonomy, that's independence, that's choice, then she's going to be very willing to come up with some ideas. And maybe she can say something like, I'll come to you and tell you, and you can tell him how bad it was that he knocked over my tower. And you might say, what a great idea. I think that is terrific. Now, the important thing is for the parent not to expect this to happen the next time, because for a very long time, impulses take over and are much, much, much more powerful than self-control.
Yes.
So the exercise of going through this with her is what is making those neurons in the brain fire, right? That prefrontal cortex is getting some new cells put in place when she is thinking through the situation herself. Whenever you can problem solve with kids, that's what's happening. The brain is working, the prefrontal cortex is developing and expanding faster. And so it's all an investment in the future. But you've still got to understand that an impulsive child is going to be an impulsive child for a pretty long time.
Yes.
You can go over it each time, but don't expect, you don't want to come into it and say, we made an agreement. You said you were going to come to me. That's, not going to go over very well.